Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys, I'll be profiling for you my Blackwing deck. Now, I've been playing around with the new support that came out of the new Premium Gold set, Return of the Bling. I've been playing around with new cards like Blackwing Tamer Hawker Joe, Chris the Crack of Dawn, which I think is an awesome name. But I've been playing around with the new support. Now, this deck is still being tested out to work out some kinks and trying out ratios of cards, which is something I'll talk about more as I go through the deck. Some of the card ratios I'm still playing around with. But this is pretty much version 2.0 or 2.1, I guess you could say. It's pretty efficient, it's pretty fun, it swarms the field and just attacks your opponent, and that's the main focus of this deck. And to go for big, powerful synchro monsters. So without further ado, let us get started, guys. So first off, we run the new card, Blackwing Chris the Crack of Dawn. Yeah, Chris the Crack of Dawn. I just like the way that rolls off the tongue. It just sounds awesome. So Chris the Crack of Dawn is very good. He's pretty much amazing, actually, I would say. He's a 1900 beat stick. You can special summon him when you have another Blackwing on the field. He searches out pretty much every single Blackwing monster that you have, including Blackwing Shura, which is so amazing. It's something the Blackwing decks has needed for a long time, but he's very good. The only downside to him, pretty much, is that you only can have one Chris the Crack of Dawn on the field, and you can't special summon another one. So you can't just spam it like you could Blackwing Bora, but that's the only downside, but he's still good as a 3-of. Next we have 3 Blackwing Shura, the Blue Flame. Some people like running Shura as a 2-of now, I've noticed. Personally, my deck's kind of a little bit monster heavy, but still I've had no problems with it whatsoever. Shura's been very good as a 3-of in the deck. He can help you go for synchro plays because Gale's back at 3 now. So he's very useful. I like him still. Plus he can help search out your Kalutes and your Gales and go for your plays. So that's still the nice thing about him. If you want to cut him down to a 2-of, go right ahead, but I still find him as good as a 3-of. Same thing goes for Blackwing Spear the Bora. I've seen people been playing around with this card especially a lot, the ratio difference. I've seen this card being used as a 1-of, I've seen this card being used as a 2-of, and I've seen people still running 3 Chris, 3 Shura, 3 Bora. And I personally feel like Bora is very good as a 3-of still. Now, why do I say that? First, he's got piercing damage. That's amazing on itself. Also, unlike Chris, you can't just go Bora, you can't just go like Chris, Chris, Chris. You can't special summon 2 Chris on the field. But with Bora, you can easily go Bora, Bora, Bora. So you can, I mean, if you had all 3 in hand, you could just go Bora, Bora, Bora if you had another Blackwing out on the field, which is nice. So he can help go into more efficiently your rank 4 Exceed monsters and help just be used as synchro fodder to go into synchro monsters as well. So I like him as a 3-of. He's very nice. If you want to cut him down to 2, be my guest. But I definitely wouldn't run just 1 Bora. He's too versatile in my opinion still. Next we have our 3 Kalute. Have seen nobody cut Kalute down to 2 yet. If I see a profile of that, I'm going to be going scratching my head. But Kalute's still good as a 3-of. This is the card that people fear when they're playing Blackwings. It's not so much Black Sonic or anything else. They're afraid of Kalute. That's something you always have to keep in mind when you're playing Blackwings. If you have, like, just for example here, we use Chris the Crack of Dawn out in the field. And even if you didn't go Chris the Crack of Dawn, search off Whirlwind, Black Whirlwind, to search out your Kalute, if you already had it in hand and you just special summon this, people are going to be assuming that you always have a Kalute in hand. Now, sometimes you can use that to your advantage by bluffing your opponent. But that's something you always have to keep in mind when you're dealing with a trap lineup with, like, Black Sonic. Unless you have all 3 Kalute the Moon Shadow in the graveyard, people are always going to assume you have a Kalute in your hand at all times because it's so easily searchable. And they're going to be afraid to attack your Blackwing monsters. I've seen it time and time again. People are afraid of Kalute. Next we have 3 Gale. This is something I'm still debating about, but Gale has been very versatile. My main tuners for the deck are 2 Blizzard and 3 Gale. Now, I'll talk about in a bit why I don't want Panaki, the Waxing Moon. I'll talk about that a little bit after I go through the main deck. But 3 Gale is very versatile. You cut your opponent's monsters in half, you attack with the Gale. It can just single-handedly run over some monsters out there nowadays. But he's just versatile. You can go into him with Shura, go for a synchro play, do what you want to. You can special summon him, go for a synchro play. He helps you go for, Beals, the Diabolical Dragon. He's too versatile not to run as a 3-of, and I find this deck, and I find that he's a little bit better than Panaki the Waxing Moon, which I'll talk about more later. So 3 Gale. Then we run the 2 Blizzard, because Blizzard's still amazing, and I like my Blizzard ice creams. That's a joke there, by the way. But Blizzard's very good, very good. You can search things out with Blizzard nowadays. Excuse me, actually you can't because I took out Panaki a while back. But yes, Blizzard is nice. You can help go for your rank 7s, whatever you want to. Sometimes your rank 6s, synchro plays. You rank 7 synchro plays and you rank 6 synchro plays. So he's useful as a 2-of. 3-of a little bit too much, but because of the fact that I run 3 Chris, 3 Bora, 3 Shura, this card's always live most of the time, I find. And it's very easily searchable. So yeah. Then I won 1 Zephyros the Elite and 1 Blackwing Sirocco the Dawn. Now before somebody gets out their shotgun and says, their, Armored Wing Master Shotgun and just, Blackwing Monster, and gets upset about me for running Sirocco, let me explain to you why I still run Sirocco. And I know people are going to say, oh, you shouldn't run it, it's a bad card. And believe me, I was in that same opinion too when I first, saw the new Blackwing support and started playing with it. I didn't run Sirocco. I ran just, I run Panaki over this. But what I came to find out was Sirocco was very valuable to the deck and some of the plays that Sirocco could do. Granted, sometimes he can be a dead card. I will be the first to admit that. But he's versatile in some respects. First off, he can help boost up your Blackwing monsters. And because this deck swarms so much with its Shuras, its Boras, its Chris's and Boras now, you just swarm in the field constantly with your Gales, your Boras, whatever you're doing. And Sirocco could just beef those things up, or you just put all your attack into one monster and just push on through your opponent. So it's nice to have Sirocco. Mixing up my names today, I apologize. Second off, he's your main way to go into Belize. You go Sirocco, special summon Gale, Belize the Diabolical Dragon. And Belize the Diabolical Dragon, even though some people want to debate that he's not, as efficient nowadays with things like 101 and Castell running about, mid to late game, or just early game, he's a problem your opponent's going to have to answer on the field. And they're going to have to waste resources just to get around that. Which means as the game goes on and grinds on, they're going to not have those resources as much. Which means you can just span the board and attack them with more leisure. Granted, like I said before, Breakthrough Skill, Fiendish Change, yes, there's a lot of outs to W's the Diabolical Dragon, but in certain situations he can be very powerful. And Sirocco as a 1-of is not going to always kill you as a 1-of card, I find. Unless it's a top deck and then you're going to say, oh, I shouldn't run this. But I still like him as a 1-of. Still nice. Plus the fact that he is a 2000 attack. So he searches out Chris, Shura, Bora, Gale, Kalut, whatever you want to still. So that's another nice thing about him. Zephyros we won because you can bounce your Black Whirlwinds, your Fiendish Chains back so you can reuse them. And just go for synchro plays or exceed plays. Still very versatile, I find, to this day. Now let us go on to, guys, excuse me, give me a second, the last monster I run. Now, granted, I know people are going to say, well, dang, you run a high monster count, that's 20 monsters, I think, or something around there. Yes, I know it's a high monster count, but the deck functions fine. I have no problems with it whatsoever. Next, I run 1 Crane. Now, this is my little tech card that I guess you could say ever since Crane came out, I've been running Crane in some form or another in Blackwings. Now, people may ask me why. Okay, just look at it the way I'm looking at here. You have 6 targets necessarily. You have 3 tuners in the form of Blackwing Gale. You have another 3 targets to go into rank 3 Exceeds and Kalut. Now, I don't know about you, but most of the time when I'm playing Blackwings, I'm either going for, if I have a good hand or a decent hand, I'm usually going for a Gale or a Kalute if I don't only have one in hand. Both of these are rank 3. So, say I don't have a backup play next turn. I summon the Crane, okay? I bring back the Kalute, I go for rank 3. Okay. Or if I went for Gale, I go Crane, bring back the Gale, Synchro Summon to a level 6. Or if I really wanted to, I could just go for an Alucard if I wanted to. Ghost Trick Alucard and pop a back row. But usually you go for a Synchro that situation. So he's versatile. Also, if you didn't know about Crane, he's a winged beast. So if somebody decides to go, oh, Fiendish Chain, Effect Veiler, Breakthrough Skill, whatever, you could go, oh, that's cool. Chain Icarus attack. Now it's just, they wasted a Fiendish Chain with something on it, and you chain the Icarus attack, blow up 2 other cards, and you see where I'm going with this kind of? He's versatile in a way. Plus he gives you a backup plan, and he's a good top deck. Amazing top deck, by the way. Then on to the spells, guys. Let's hurry up here. We have 3 Black Whirlwind, amazing card. Double Whirlwind all the way, amazing card. Maybe one day Konami will give us a Blackwing that actually can search out Whirlwind. That would be nice. But alas, still a good card. Then I run 2 Pot of Duality. The reason why we run 2 Pot of Duality instead of 3 is I used to run 3 Pot of Duality as a staple in this deck. But I've been coming to find with the new support and the way I'm playing the deck that 2 out of 3 times I'm special summoning that turn. So Pot of Duality is good early turn, if you want to search for that Black Gale, that Whirlwind. And I always used to run 3 Pot because I always wanted to search for that Whirlwind to get it going, to get my engine going. And granted, if you still don't get to your Whirlwind early, you're going to have an uphill battle. But with the new support, it's not as bad as it used to be, I find. So I do like 2 Pot. You do special summon frequently, but 2 Pot seems to be good. Sometimes you will reach a point in the duel where you special summoned a lot, but this turn you're not going to do anything. You just activate the Pot then. 3 is a little bit too cloggy though for me personally, but 2 is perfectly fine. I've had no problems with it. Then we run the 2 MST for back row hate and Fiendish Chains and whatever, those one of trap cards out there. Field spells as well. Then we run the 1 of spells, the Raigeki, the Soul Charge, the Allure of Darkness, and the Book of Moon. Raigeki, blow up your opponent's field, attack with all your Blackwing spam. Soul Charge, it can set up for combo plays. I've always liked it. Allure gives you a little bit of speed in the deck if you get too many Blackwings in hand. And pretty much everything's dark in the deck except Crane. And Book of Moon, offensive and defensive, a very versatile card. Then let's go into the traps. We run 3 Icarus attack. I've honestly, this is the first time I guess you could say in a long time I've actually run 3 Icarus attack, but I like it as a 3 of. 2 used to be a problem when this deck, before I had the new support, I found it a little bit more cloggy, but now the fact that I pretty much have everything as a winged beast in my main deck now, it's good as a 3 of. I will admit, I have played around with the idea of cutting Icarus attack down to 2. I have played with the idea. I'm still testing it out. The only problem I've had with Icarus attack is, if you guys didn't know already, that Blackwing Harker Joe is actually a warrior and not a winged beast. That's a sad thing, but alas, that's, first world Yu-Gi-Oh problems there. But I still like the 3 Icarus attack. Very versatile, very reactive, popping pendulums, popping back row. The one thing I love using Icarus attack for, which I'll mention just very quickly, is if I've swarmed the field, sometimes I'll just tribute 1 Blackwing monster to just blow up their back row and just attack them, with huge amounts of damage, which is something nice to do. Then we have 2 Fiendish Chains. You can use Fiendish Chain. You can reuse Fiendish Chain a lot in this deck by bouncing back things like Zephyros, or we do run Vulcan the Divine, so very versatile card in that respect. You can use multiple Fiendish Chains usually in a duel and reset them. 3 though I did find a little bit too cloggy. 3 Fiendish Chains, that is. Then I won the 1 Mirror Force and 1 Black Sonic. So let me quickly explain this so I can finish off the main deck. I'm not running Black Sonic as a 2-up. I'm testing it out because I do like the card, but what I'm finding is people are more afraid when you have a Blackwing monster out, like I said earlier. They're more afraid of Kalute than Black Sonic. And they're going to try to, because they're afraid of Kalute, and most players I played against are afraid of Kalute, they're going to try to get around your Blackwing monster by popping it, stealing it away, because they're afraid of Kalute. And when they're doing that most of the time, Black Sonics could become dead because they're not attacking a Blackwing monster. They may be attacking your Synchro monster that you made or something like that. And then Black Sonic becomes dead. So, I'm iffy on the card. I may just take it out and put Mirror Force back in as a 2 of, but that's still up for debate. But one for right now at the moment, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Black Sonic. But if you really want to, go right ahead and run 2 Mirror Forces. Then the last 2 trap cards we run is 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulsory. No Solemn Warning because I do find playing this deck that I'm taking a lot of hits, and I'm already running Soul Charge, and usually when I'm activating Soul Charge, I'm special summoning a lot back. And I don't want to leave my life points too low for Heartland Dragos and Cowboys and what else is out there nowadays. So I just like the 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse. Every time I run Solemn Warning and Blackwings with the Solemn Warnings and I'm taking hits from battle, it's never turning out to be a good day. But if you want to run Solemn Warning, go right ahead though. Last thing I'll mention quickly is the reason I don't run these 2 cards, which I know people are going to ask me. Why do I not run Black Armored Wing and Panaki? Okay, let me try to explain this very quickly. Armored Wing I found is not as good as they used to be, so I took them out for extra deck space to run better cards. Panaki, even though he's my favorite by the way. Panaki, okay, so I was running Panaki as a 2 of and then a 1 of. And I liked it. I really did. But the problem I have with Panaki is, yes, it's good when you don't have Black Whirlwind in hand. And you set it and you get a search off and get your things going and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is that it can only go for Blackwing Synchro monsters is a hindrance. If it said, you know, it can go for any Synchro monster, that would have been fine. I would have run it probably. But the fact of the matter is that I find that Gale is a little bit better as a level 3 Synchro monster than this. Is the reason why I run this. I run the 3 Gale over this. And the reason I don't run Steamed is because I'm finding Gale a little bit more versatile in this type of build that swarms with the new support. So that's why I didn't want Steam and Panaki and everything, if people were wondering. Then we have the new 2 Blackwing Tamer Hawk Joe. Amazing card. The only problem I have with this card is it's a warrior, not a winged beast. But still a very good card. As a 2 of. Then we run 2 of the other new Synchro Monster, Blackwing Nathong, the Starlight. Amazing card. You wouldn't believe how many times you bring this baby back with Hawk Joe, with Soul Charge, and you just keep burning your opponent for 800 there, 800 there, and it helps you out in the end. Then we run 1 Blackwing Armor Manster because you can bring it back with Hawk Joe, and it's just another target. Sometimes you go into them, sometimes you don't, but it's nice to just have. Apologize for the sound you hear in the background, possibly. Then we run 1 Goyo Guardian and 1 Vulcan the Divine for your rank 6s. Vulcan, bounce things back, attack with it. Goyo has always been a staple in Blackwings forever. Then we run for your rank 7s 1 Blackwing Rose Dragon for blowing up the field. And just another 7 to go for, just in case certain situations arise. Blackwing Rose Moonlight Dragon, the new one out of the 5Ds manga. Very good card. Then I won the 1 Bees, the Diabolical Dragon. This is the main rank 8 Exceed Synchro monster you go into, the main level 8 Synchro monster you go into, so I won that as a 1 of. Then I won the 1 Ghost Trick Alucard for certain situations. 1 Ice Beast Sephiroth the Elite, which is good in this deck. 1 103 Ragnar Zero, and 1 Castel the Sky Musketeer, and 1 101. Again, guys, I apologize for the background noise. Somebody's moving in next door, but what have I found out through playing this deck? It's consistent, it's good, it's fun, and it catches people off guard. But it still needs play testing to find proper ratios for certain things. But till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, I hope you all enjoy this deck profile. Like I said, it's fun. It's a great deck, it's a great cheap deck to play with the new support. It's very powerful, but you need to figure out what route do you want to go with Blackwings. Do you want to make it a spam type of attack, swarm the field attack, or do you want to make it something else, like a Synchro based deck or an Exceed based deck? It depends, it's up to you. But I like somewhere in between so you have versatility, but it doesn't interfere with the consistency of the deck. But till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, and good luck dueling. I'll see all of you guys next time.